Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central. Welcome back to another match preview. Aston Villa versus Norwich on Boxing Day as we approach the halfway stage of the season. It's the biggest game of the season in my opinion. A huge 6-pointer at the bottom of the table in a relegation clash. Before we start the preview, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Hopefully you have a good Christmas, spend time with friends, spend time with family and just have a good day. And after that, you've got the football to look forward to, Aston Villa versus Norwich. And yes, let's talk about Aston Villa firstly in this preview. Spent 150 million, and you hear people talk about how Norwich should have spent a lot of money. A lot of money doesn't always guarantee success, and with Aston Villa, I think that's proved it. 150 million spent, and they're really struggling, and they've had key injuries as well. Kind of suffering to how Norwich were in the earlier parts of the season. Tyrone Mings is out at centre-back, which is a big blow for them. John McGinn as well, a fantastic midfielder, is out as well. So Aston Villa have got some injury concerns. And they played Southampton in their last match, which was a massive game at the bottom of the table. And Southampton won comfortably 3-1. And they looked to shambles defensively. So Norwich City, if they go at Aston Villa, there's definitely an opportunity for them to exploit the defence and get some goals. As I said, Tyrone Mings is out, which is a big blow. Aston Villa's their main one at the moment, Jack Grealish. He's in fantastic form. He's playing further forward. Takes all their set pieces, and I remember a few years ago people raving how Jack Grealish was going to be the next big thing, and I thought it was unjustified because he hadn't really achieved anything. But Jack Grealish now is a really good player, not quite on the same level as of course our Toddy Cantwell, but you know, Jack Grealish is a great player, and he's going to be the main man to look out for. Conor Hourihane as well, I expect him to come in. I've always rated him very highly. And Wesley up front, spent big money on him in the transfer window. He hasn't really delivered, but when he played against us in the reverse fixture, he looked really good and scored a couple of goals. And Norwich's last game against Aston Villa was in October, and it was a 5-1 loss at home. Probably our worst performance of the season, and definitely our worst result. And that's been the problem with Norwich City this season. Against teams around us, Watford at home a 2-0 loss, Aston Villa at home a 5-1 loss, Southampton a 2-1 loss. All these teams around us, we failed to beat. And then the game's been winning at half-time. Sheffield United 1-0, Wolves 1-0. We've failed to hold on and we've lost. So I think Norwich City, if we want to stay up, we've got to do better against the teams around us. We're already 6 points adrift of 17th. And if we lose to Aston Villa, we'll be 6 points adrift of 18th, which could be, you know, it could almost be curtains. Watford now look a better team under Nigel Pearson. They're on the same points as us. And they look like they could potentially be climbing the table soon. So Norwich City, this is a huge game for them. As I said, 6 points off 18th if we lose this game. If we win, we'll go on 15 points, the same as Aston Villa, and could potentially only be a few points off Southampton, who played Chelsea. So it's a huge game. And yeah, Norwich City have got to be at it. And in our last game against Wolves, I think we played some of our best football. In the first half, he was terrific. Emi Buendia, you could argue, had one of his best games in a Norwich City shirt. A fantastic stat. I'll leave it up on the screen here. As you can see, Emi Buendia got in the team of the week, got no goals, no assists, and he was actually the highest rated player by who scored out of any player in the league. And as I said, didn't get a goal or assist. I think that just shows what an unbelievable performance he had. And he was excellent. His defensive work rate was brilliant. I think he created 9 chances, which is the most, obviously, in the Premier League this game week. He was absolutely fantastic, and it's great to see him back in form. Todd Cantwell continues to be getting the goals. I think Kenny McLean came in that attacking role against Everton, and he was great against Everton and Arsenal. Don't think he's quite replicated those performances, but I'm still much happier to see him play there than Marco Sheeperman. And Tati as well, he's a new player. He's been excellent defensively. His positioning's great. I think him and Tribal have complemented each other well this season, where they was great against Wolves. And at the back, Ben Godfrey is a big injury, but Grant Hanley's coming in and he did a good job, particularly in that first half against Wolves. And yeah, Norwich City have got to be able to put in 90 minutes together, because otherwise we just don't do it. I think a lot of teams, look, even the best teams like Liverpool and Man City, in games you have good spells and bad spells. The good teams in league, they take their chances in the good spells, and even in the bad spells, they defend well and try and make sure they don't concede the goals. I think when Norwich City have bad spells in games, we concede goals too easy. It's a simple cross, and we fail to defend it. Goes to 1-1, and the whole momentum of the game changes. So I think Norwich City have got to do better. Could Norwich City have invested more in the summer? That's definitely going to be a question we're going to be talking about throughout a lot from now to the end of the season. But regardless of that, these players are very talented. They've shown they can beat some fantastic teams and put in some great performances. So back the boys. And yeah, there's definitely a chance to still stay up. I think we're close, but we just need to make sure we stop conceding goals too easy and perform against the better teams. So we could have had a bit more investment. I think we only spent less than £1 million. You know, we probably should have had more investment, even though, you know, we don't have the money under the current owners. But like, Aston Villa spent 150 million and they're struggling just like us. We've got a fantastic manager, in Daniel Farker, sensible owners, whatever you think of them, and a fantastic recruitment. So for the second half of the season, just back the boys, enjoy the Premier League journey, and yeah, I still think we can stay up, but we've got to start getting points quickly, otherwise we're going to be left stranded. Yeah, that's my thoughts coming into this game. I'm going to predict, with Aston Villa's defensive problems, we get a couple of goals. I hope Pookie can get back into his scoring boots, because he is probably our weakest player against Wolves. He missed a lot of chances, and that was really detrimental to us losing the game. So yes, I'm going to go for Aston Villa 1, Norwich 2. Biggest game of the season so far. It's a huge one, and let's hope we can get the 3 points. Yes, and obviously if we need to win this game. Jack Grealish is in great form. We need to defend against his set pieces and defend well. That's my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Have a great Christmas, everyone, from myself. And yes, look forward to seeing you all soon. And hopefully we can get 3 points against Aston Villa. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to Norwich City Central if you're new. And I'll see you later.